And today our plan is learning about the Doxy using React components. So first thing we need to do is let's see like what happens when we have a React app. Normally in our React app we start really small, like there is only two or three or maybe 5 to 6 components. But once we have multiple components like 7, 8, 10, or if the app is really big, then it become really huge. So it's really hard to maintain. See the image, it look like a lot of components on a single page. Like this one, we have a lot of components we get every day on our React app. But the problem is, like, if anyone onboarding on our project, or like suppose I'm just telling the same thing to any other developer, we feel like it's really hard to explain all of the components and showing the props and whatever we are passing on those. Like that's a really hard point on that. But now today we are going to help this process by documenting all our components, so that we can really know how we can document the things, and it will be easier for anyone to just join our project and understand about what we are doing. We need some prerequisite, like at least we need someone with who is joining maybe with some React knowledge, because without the, I'm not going to explain about the components and all the things we are doing. So having a basic React knowledge will be really helpful. Next.js knowledge can be helpful or not, because Next.js is a framework of React, and that's quite easy. You can just go to the documentation and find. I'm not going to use anything specific to Next.js, but the project is on Next.js, so that's why if you have the basic knowledge on the Next.js, it will be helpful. And also we are going to use a style component for this one, and this is going to help us to style the whole thing. And we are going to use the TypeScript too. So TypeScript is going to help us for doing the prop checks and all other things. TypeScript actually basically help the developer mostly, because developer can easily cope up with any project with TypeScript. So we are trying to see the what we are doing with the Doxy and TypeScript today. And for running the whole thing in your computer, you must be have like Node.js and Visual Studio. Code is something I'm going to use today, but it's not mandatory. You can use whatever you like. So now let's talk about a little bit why we are using Doxy for documentations. We can use multiple things, right? We can use whatever we like. Like there is a storybook or there is some other things too. But yeah, main thing is Doxy is an open source project, so it's quite easy to play. Also, you can see like what it developing, and you can put a issue on their GitHub, so that they can respond to it. And if you need any service, you can just easily talk with them using GitHub. And also, like another thing is like it powered by Gatsby, which is another amazing React framework like Next.js. That one, so using the Gatsby, we can easily change like different themes, and that's going to give us a lot of different vibe on our documentation. We can change it easily. So that is one power. Another thing, we are using the MDX with Doxy. So Doxy actually use MDX, which is super easy if you're already knows to write how to write the readme on GitHub, then already you know the MDX kinda. And also, like finally, the TypeScript support is here, so you can easily install and play with the TypeScript here. So that's the basically the power of Doxy, and you can easily use that. But first, for the project initialization, we need to install these things. So firstly, I'm creating a Next app. You can put any name with that, and they also have a TypeScript version. So that's just TS or TypeScript. You can just write that, then it will come with the demo create Next app details. And then I'm going to install the style component and its types. And finally, I'm going to use the npmi Doxy. So Doxy will be there. So for the project cleaning, first, when you create something like this uh, using the Next.js, it will come up with some data like there will be pages and there will be styles and public. But firstly, we are going to let's run it first so that we can see like what we get with it. So first, running this is quite easy. Npm run dev, that will run, and you can see like what we have on here, like all the package and scripts. Like for the dev, we need to run like npm run dev, and it will run the next dev. So it is using next CLI behind. So now we have to go, like it's already running, and it's already running on the localhost 3000. So we need to see what we have on the localhost 3000. So see, there is a lot of data here, like welcome to Next.js and some documentation. This comes with when you are using Create Next app. You can do it by yourself too, like using the Next, and there is not much dependencies. So Next, React, and React DOM, these three install, and you can create the pages and you can start with it. But I prefer to just go with that one because it also comes with like a different configuration, like this one, Next config. Then it also include the ESLint with it, so that's helped a lot. So that is the basic thing about it. And now let's change a little bit on our next app. We are just going to use the first header. Maybe just change the header, and we don't need any meta. So let's just put demo. And also I will delete all the other things also, like the footer. We are not using that. Now we are not using the next image, so let's just remove that. I'm still using the home module CSS. That is just going to reset the whole thing. And let's see what we have here. See, we have this welcome to Next.js. Okay, let's change this to maybe something like Doxy for now. So welcome. See, now we have a clean interface, and we can start with documenting little things. So first we need to create a create a button. So let's just create a folder on the root and call it like components. And I'm also creating a file. Maybe for now I'm just creating a file. You can create a folder too. I think let's go with the folder, then it will be quite in build. So let's component folder and put an index tsx, because it's going to allow us of writing the JSX inside. So yeah, now let's create an import as let's create import the React from React first. And let's call it button. We need to export the whole thing so that we can use it from outside anywhere. So export default. To show this, we need to use the button here. So let's just put the button here. And okay, I think I did a little bit wrong in summer. I actually created a JavaScript. I need to create a TSX project. Sorry about that. I'll just go back and create another one. So npx create. now we can see the button. Maybe just put a okay. Wait, I need to just take it down under of. Yep. So now you can see the button is down, and yep. But we can change any text on the button, right? So let's just add a prop so that we can change the main level or text on the button. So let's put a text and let's put like demo button, and let's go. It's already complaining because we are not taking anything from here, so it's going to complain. So let's take that. So also call it here. I'm going to take it from here, and let's see we have the demo button, but TypeScript is complaining because we are not giving it the way it should. But we also going to use another thing that's called a variant, and currently we are not using it, but we are going to use it soon. First we will have two different variant, and one will be the primary and another will be our secondary button. So let's just create a props. So type button props. I'm missing an equal here. So also now we have to say that we are using this one, so button props. So once we are using this one, we are not using the variant. That's why it color doesn't change. This is one of the benefit of using VS Code. And here when you go to the variant, and we can see like we have only two value available. This is also a power of TypeScript, because that's how we can easily find out like which one we have there. So yeah, variant primary is here. So now we can pass the variant primary to our this part of the code, and we need to use it. But before that, we need to style our button, because look at the button, it's look really bad. So let's just style the button. For the styling, first I need to stop the server and install the style component, because I don't have it here. So just take the thing from here. So let's style our button. Styling it will be quite easy. First we need to import the style from styling. So let's import that. Now we have to style the button. So first we are going to give a button a name, like something, maybe just a style button. Then we need to do something like style.button. Then we can write the CSS here, but we also need to change this one, like button. The button will be converted by using this. It will come with all the CSS we have here. Like for now, let's just put background like transparent. Let's see what we have here, but I think we didn't run the script, so it's not live yet. So Let's run the project. So npm. So there is no demo button or anything because we can't really see like if this one is button. It's a button maybe because look, it's changing the cursor, so it's kind of like button, but it's not look like a button. So we need to change the font size. Maybe let's change the font size and give it back. Back. Let's put 2 rem, which is pretty high, but it doesn't have any because we put the transparent in color background, so it doesn't show anything. Let's add some color on here. So it look like this right now, but what we are planning is like we need to change the variant. So for now, let's pass the variant as a color so that we can get it. So color. So from here we can get the color as a props inside of it, so we can use that. Let's write a function to handle our variants, because that handling the variant here will be a little painful. So let's just pass the color on there, but we don't have anything like that. So let's create that handle variant. So we need to return something from here. So you can just write this one, and from here we need to return the variant, or different variant we need to return from here. So this one is getting the color. So color can be like just call it variant here, and it's going to be a string, right? Because we are using the string here. And then let's write a switch for it. Switch for the variant. Let's put our values here, like primary. So if it is primary, then we have to return something like return just putting some basic colors so that anyone can understand easily. And let's create the secondary. I will just copy the name from here, put the secondary, and put the color, return color, maybe the black, and background will be red. You can easily put that something like here, like it will be a string, so that it doesn't really complain. So if you're complaining, so for now let's see like if the code runs. See, the demo button is working, although it doesn't looks really great. Sorry about that actually, but it's working. So let's just change and see like if we have both is working. So secondary. So yeah, secondary button is also working. It's just get down of there, and let's change like it's a secondary button from the primary one. Have a look on this. So primary button and secondary button is working, and our everything almost here is working. Okay, so the color is keeping complaining. So let's see like why it's complaining. So it's saying the argument is string slash undefined is not assignable as a string. So we need to change the variant from this particular part, because we are not saying that it can take undefined. So if someone give us undefined, then it will not really help, and it will just go it's kind of like a bug, right? TypeScript help you to solve this type of bug from the first part, so it's helpful for everyone to handle it. So let's just uh, let's just create something here. So let's create another type for style props. Let's just give the variant in there. It will be the color. So let's just color. The TypeScript is not complaining anymore, and we are ready to go, and all our code of currently is working fine.